-9 degrees. That is the temperature forecast for Minneapolis on Tuesday morning, and if you think that's the coldest spot on this map, you haven't seen what is coming to places that almost never see numbers like this. Your city is about to experience something that doesn't happen often, and I need to tell you exactly when it arrives because the timing on this is going to matter for your commute, for your pipes, and for decisions you need to make in the next 48 hours. Right now, we have millions of people across the Southeast still dealing with power outages from the ice storm that hit last week. Some areas of Tennessee Haven had electricity for 6 days, and while they are struggling to recover from that, we've got 2 major systems developing that are going to bring another round of dangerous weather to parts of the country that are already exhausted. I am going to give you exact timing for when this hits the major cities on the East Coast, and I'll have specific temperature forecasts for over 70 locations by the end of this video. But first, I need you to do something. Drop your city in the comments right now, and tomorrow I'll give you a personalized forecast based on the latest model runs because what we're seeing today is going to change, and I want to make sure you get the most accurate information for your specific area. All right, let's talk about what S locked in for the next 72 hours. New York City, you re-looking at snow starting late Saturday night, probably around 11 p.m. or midnight, continuing through Sunday morning. Philadelphia, similar timing, maybe starting an hour earlier. Washington, D.C., you might see the first flakes by 10 p.m. Saturday, but the heavier snow doesn't arrive until Sunday morning. Boston, this doesn't reach you until Sunday afternoon, but when it does, it could be significant. And Richmond, you're in a really interesting spot that we'll talk about in detail later because you might end up being the bullseye for this thing. So here's what is happening meteorologically. We've got a clipper system dropping down from Canada across the Great Lakes. That S piece number 1. Piece number 2 is Gulf moisture, and it S pretty potent Gulf moisture streaming up from the south. These 2 systems are going to phase together off the East Coast, and when they do, we are looking at rapid intensification. The models are showing a central pressure dropping to potentially 965 millibars by Sunday afternoon off the coast of North Carolina. Now, let me put that in perspective for you. That S, essentially hurricane strength in terms of central pressure. We call this bombogenesis or a bomb cyclone, which sounds dramatic, but it is a technical term for when a storm's pressure drops 24 millibars or more in 24 hours. This one could drop 40 millibars or more. The question isn't whether this is going to be a strong storm. The question is, where exactly does that strength get focused? And that S where the models are showing some disagreement. The GFS model, which is the American model, takes this storm and keeps it mostly offshore. That would make it what we call a fish storm, meaning it affects the fish in the ocean more than it affects people on land. But it still dumps significant snow across eastern North Carolina, showing more than a foot in some areas around Greenville. We're seeing decent accumulations all the way down to Savannah, Georgia on that model run. The European model, which absolutely nailed our last storm, by the way, it was the MVP of that forecast from 5 days out. It's showing something very similar to the GFS. Actually, here's what S really interesting. Both models are showing almost identical central pressures, which gives us more confidence that we really are going to see a very strong storm. But both of them are also taking it far enough offshore that the I-95 corridor from D.C. to Boston gets somewhat spared. Instead, they re-dumping tremendous amounts of snow on the Carolinas and southeastern Virginia. If this forecast holds, and I need to emphasize that it probably won to hold exactly like this, but if it does, we are talking about an all-timer for Virginia Beach. We talking about a historic storm for parts of South Carolina. Coastal North Carolina could see 2 feet of snow. But here's what I need you to understand. We are 5 days out from this event. In my experience, when you see a bullseye on a snowfall map 5 days in advance, that bullseye moves. It always moves. So if you're in North Carolina right now getting excited about 2 feet of snow, please don to get emotionally invested in that number. This could shift. You could end up with all rain. You could end up with nothing. Or the track could come further west and you could end up with even more. The point is, it is going to change. What I'm fairly confident about is that somebody on the East Coast is going to get hammered with snow from this system. The energy is there, the cold air is there, the moisture is there, all the ingredients are in place. We just need another 2 or 3 days of model runs to pin down exactly where this sets up. Let me show you what the national blend of models is showing. This is where we take the GFS, the European, the Canadian, the ICON model, all of them, and average them together. When we do that, we still see the I-95 corridor getting involved. Washington, D.C. showing 7 inches, Philadelphia showing 7 inches, New York City showing 7 inches, Boston showing 9 or 10 inches on top of the 2 feet they already have on the ground from the previous storm. We've got widespread 6-inch amounts across Maine. Now, here's why those numbers are showing up even though both the GFS and European are taking this offshore. It is because some of the other models, particularly the Canadian model, are showing a track closer to the coast. So when you average everything together, you get these moderate amounts along I-95. Notice Richmond is showing higher amounts. That S, not because we more confident it LL snow heavier there, it S because more models are showing snow in Richmond, period. So the average ends up higher. We've got 7 inches showing for Raleigh, 6 inches in Charlotte, 4 inches in Myrtle Beach, maybe even an inch down in Savannah. But I want to go back to something I mentioned earlier about the uncertainty here, because I think this is important. We were probably in that 15 to 30% confidence range where it's appropriate to start talking about this storm, but it's not appropriate to make any firm plans based on it yet. Airlines aren't canceling flights. School districts aren't calling snow days. It is too early for that. But it's not too early to be aware that this is coming. Let me talk about specific cities now, and I'm going to cover a lot of ground here because I know many of you are from all over the place. Myrtle Beach, you are sitting at 58 degrees right now, and you are going to drop to 32 by Saturday night. If this storm tracks where some models think it might, you could see your first measurable snow in years. Columbia, South Carolina, you are at 61 right now, headed down to 29 by Sunday morning, and you are in play for significant snow as well. Charleston, how about you? 63 degrees today, 28 on Sunday morning. You might wake up to a white landscape, which would be remarkable for late January in Charleston. Moving up to North Carolina. Wilmington, you were at 59, dropping to 31 Saturday night. The model consensus has you in the heavy snow zone, but again, this could shift. Raleigh, you are at 57 now, falling to 28 by Sunday morning, and you could be looking at anywhere from 4 to 10 inches, depending on which model verifies. Charlotte, you are at 62 today, down to 27 Sunday morning, and you are on the western edge of the snow shield, which means you could see a sharp cutoff between heavy snow and just a coating. Greensboro, 58 today, 26 Sunday morning, and you are in a really interesting spot because you are far enough inland that you might avoid the changeover to rain that could affect areas closer to the coast. Now let us shift to Virginia. Norfolk, you are at 56 degrees right now, headed to 32 Saturday night, Virginia Beach. Essentially the same forecast. You are both in what could be the absolute jackpot zone for this storm if it comes just a bit further west than currently modeled. Richmond, we talked about you earlier. You were at 58 today, dropping to 30 on Sunday morning, and multiple models have you in double-digit snow territory. Charlottesville, you are at 55 now, falling to 27 by Sunday, and you should see all snow with this, no mixing issues. Roanoke, 57 today, 25 Sunday morning. You are going to get snow from this. The question is how much? Let's jump up to Maryland and Delaware. Baltimore, you are at 51 right now, dropping to 31 Saturday night. You are going to see snow from this system, but the million-dollar question is whether you get 3 inches or 10 inches. That depends entirely on that track. Annapolis, basically the same story as Baltimore. Dover, Delaware, you are at 49 now, down to 32 Saturday night, and you are close enough to the coast that you might see some mixing if this comes in a bit warmer than expected. Ocean City, Maryland, you are at 51, falling to 33, and you are going to be watching the radar closely Saturday night because you could go either way depending on how close that low pressure center gets. Washington, D.C., we mentioned you earlier. 53 degrees right now, 32 Saturday night. The national blend has you at 7 inches, but I've seen you get completely missed by storms that looked like sure things 5 days out, and I've seen you get buried by storms that looked like fish storms. So we'll see. Let's talk about Pennsylvania now. Philadelphia, you are at 50 degrees currently, dropping to 32 by Saturday night. The setup looks decent for accumulating snow, but you are in that zone where the rain snow line could be a factor if this comes in warmer. Reading, you are at 49, down to 31, and you should stay cold enough for all snow. Allentown, 48 now, 29 Saturday night, definitely all snow for you. Harrisburg, you are at 51 today, 30 Sunday morning, and you are far enough west that you are probably looking at lighter amounts, maybe 3 to 5 inches. Pittsburgh, you are at 47 right now, and you are going to drop to 28 by Sunday, but this system probably doesn't give you much. You might see an inch or two at most. You are too far west for the main action. Scranton, how about you? 46 degrees now, 28 Saturday night, and you could be looking at a decent snowfall, probably in that 4 to 8 inch range based on current thinking. Now let's move to New Jersey. Newark, you are at 51, dropping to 33 Saturday night. Trenton, similar numbers. Atlantic City, you are at 52 now, falling to 34, and you are close enough to the coast that you need to watch for mixing. The shore areas always have to deal with that possibility. Moving north to New York. New York City, we talked about you in the opening, 50 degrees right now, 33 Saturday night into Sunday morning. The blend has you at 7 inches, but I'll tell you what I am watching. I am watching to see if any of the models start showing a more westward trend. If they do, your numbers could go up significantly. Albany, you are at 44 degrees now, dropping to 26 by Sunday, and you are positioned well for accumulating snow, probably 6 to 10 inches. Syracuse, you are at 41, falling to 24, and you could see 8 to 12 inches from this. Buffalo, you're at 39 now, down to 23, but you are too far west and north for the main event. You might see a few inches from the Clipper part of this system before the coastal low even forms. Rochester, similar story to Buffalo. 40 degrees now, 24 Sunday morning, a few inches possible, but nothing major from this particular storm. Let's go to Connecticut. Hartford, you are at 47 degrees currently, 29 Saturday night. You're going to see accumulating snow from this. Question is how much. Bridgeport, 48 now, 31 Saturday night, and you are close to the coast, which could work against you if there's any mixing. New Haven, basically the same forecast as Bridgeport. Rhode Island, Providence, you are at 46, dropping to 30 on Saturday night. You are in a good position for snow, probably 6 to 10 inches based on current model consensus. Massachusetts, we mentioned Boston already. 45 degrees now, 31 Saturday night, and you could be looking at significant additional accumulation on top of what you already have. Worcester, you are at 43, falling to 27, and you are going to see heavy snow from this, probably 10 to 14 inches. Springfield, 44 now, 28 Saturday night, looking at 8 to 12 inches potentially. Moving to northern New England. Portland, Maine, you are at 42 degrees right now, dropping to 28 Saturday night. You are going to get snow from this system, and it could be substantial, probably 8 to 12 inches. Bangor, you are at 39, falling to 24, and you could see 10 to 15 inches. This is going to be a big deal for you. Manchester, New Hampshire, 44 now, 27 Saturday night, looking at similar numbers to Portland, probably 8 to 12 inches. Burlington, Vermont, you are at 40 degrees currently, dropping to 22 by Sunday morning, and you are far enough north and west that you might not see as much from the main coastal low, but you will probably pick up several inches from the Clipper. Now, here's where the story shifts, and this is the part that nobody is really talking about yet. The snow is one thing, the storm itself is one thing, but what comes after is potentially more dangerous for more people. We're about to see one of the most significant Arctic air masses of the winter sweep down behind this low-pressure system. And I am not exaggerating when I say this is going to be some of the most widespread cold we've seen in years. Let me paint the picture for you. Miami, you are at 78 degrees right now. By Monday morning, URE forecast to drop to 38 degrees. When was the last time Miami hit 38 degrees? That doesn't happen often. West Palm Beach, you are going to 76 now. You could be at 34 Monday morning. That is below freezing in West Palm Beach in late January. Vero Beach, you could wake up Monday morning to 29 degrees. Arcadia, same thing. Sebring, 31 degrees forecast. Orlando, we are talking about 31 degrees Monday morning. This is freeze warning territory for Central Florida. Jacksonville, you are looking at 28 degrees Monday morning. Tallahassee, potentially 24. Pensacola, 26 degrees. This is the kind of cold that damages crops in Florida. This is the kind of cold that causes real problems for infrastructure that is not built to handle it. But we say that S cold, and it is for Florida, but let me show you what S happening further north because it gets more extreme. Savannah, Georgia, you could see 23 degrees Monday morning. Charleston, South Carolina, we just talked about possible snow for you. You are also looking at 21 degrees Monday morning. Columbia, 19 degrees. Charlotte, 18 degrees. These are single-digit wind chills we talking about. Raleigh, you might wake up Monday morning to 17 degrees. Richmond, 16 degrees. And this is after whatever snow falls from the storm, so we re-talking about snow on the ground with these kinds of temperatures. That creates black ice situations. That creates problems with frozen pipes. That creates dangerous conditions that persist. Washington, D.C., 14 degrees Monday morning, potentially. Baltimore, 13 degrees. Philadelphia, 15 degrees. New York City, you are looking at 17 degrees. But the wind chill is going to make it feel like single digits or even below zero in many of these locations. Boston, you could see 12 degrees Monday morning with wind chills well below zero. Portland, Maine, 8 degrees. Bangor, 4 degrees. These are January in northern New England kind of numbers, which is normal for you, but what's not normal is how far south this cold extends. Let me go back to the places that really don't see this kind of cold. Atlanta, you are at 63 degrees right now. By Monday morning, you could be at 19 degrees. That is a 44-degree temperature drop in less than 72 hours. Nashville, you're at 59 now, and you could fall to 17 by Monday morning. And remember, Nashville still has thousands of people without power from the ice storm. 17-degree temperatures when you don't have heat is life-threatening. Memphis, you were at 61 today, dropping to 19 Monday morning. Little Rock, 65 now, 21 Monday morning. Birmingham, Alabama, 64 currently, falling to 22. Jackson, Mississippi, 67 degrees right now, could be 25 by Monday morning. These are temperatures that cause burst pipes in the south because homes aren't built for this. Let me shift to the Tennessee Valley specifically because this is the area I am most concerned about. Knoxville, you are at 58 degrees now, and you're going to drop to 18 by Monday morning. Chattanooga, 62 today, 20 by Monday. If you still don't have power on Monday morning and it's 20 degrees outside, that is an emergency situation. Huntsville, Alabama, 61 now, 19 Monday morning, moving west to Texas. Dallas, you are at 68 degrees currently. By Monday morning, you could be at 26. Houston, you are at 73 right now, and you could drop to 34 Monday morning. That's cold enough for a freeze in Houston, which always causes problems because the infrastructure isn't designed for it. San Antonio, 75 today, 37 Monday morning. Austin, 74 now, 35 Monday. Even Corpus Christi, you are at 76 degrees currently, and you could fall to 41 by Monday morning. Let me move north to the plains and Midwest because you're going to see some of the coldest temperatures. Minneapolis, we mentioned you at the very beginning. -9 degrees forecast for Tuesday morning, but Monday morning you are looking at -4. Fargo, North Dakota, you could see -12 Monday morning. Bismarck, -8. Sioux Falls, South Dakota, -2 Monday morning. Rapid City, you are a bit warmer at 8 degrees, but that still well below normal even for late January. Des Moines, you are looking at 2 degrees Monday morning. Omaha, 4 degrees. Kansas City, 12 degrees. Chicago, you are at 43 degrees right now, and you are going to plummet to 6 degrees by Monday morning. Milwaukee, similar story, you are at 40 now, dropping to 4 Monday morning. Detroit, you are at 41 currently, falling to 8 Monday. Cleveland, 39 now, down to 9 Monday morning. Indianapolis, you are at 48 degrees today, dropping to 11 Monday morning. Columbus, Ohio, 46 now, 10 Monday. Cincinnati, 50 today, 13 Monday. Louisville, 54 currently, 15 Monday morning. St. Louis, you are at 53 degrees right now, and you are forecast to drop to 16 by Monday morning. This cold is going to be pervasive across the entire eastern two-thirds of the country. And here's what makes this particularly concerning. This isn't just a one-day shot of cold air. This is a pattern change. When I look at the extended forecast, I am not seeing any significant warm-up for at least a week, maybe longer. Some areas of the Ohio Valley might not see temperatures above freezing for the next 7 to 10 days. Let me talk about the only places that aren't going to be cold, because there are a few. Phoenix, you are going to stay mild. You are at 72 degrees Monday morning. Las Vegas, 68. Los Angeles, 61. San Diego, 63. San Francisco, 55. You are all well above average and staying that way. Even some of the interior west is going to see near normal or above normal temperatures. Salt Lake City, you are at 42 Monday morning, which is actually above average for late January. Denver, you are going to be 32, which is close to normal. Albuquerque, 41 Monday morning. But here's what's interesting about the pattern, and this is something I'm going to be watching closely for next week's forecast. That warmth in the west might start to expand eastward. The models are hinting that by the middle of next week, we could see above average temperatures trying to push into the northern plains. Minneapolis, Bismarck, Rapid City, Sioux Falls, you might actually get a break from the cold late next week or into the following weekend. But the Southeast, the Mid-Atlantic, the Northeast, the Ohio Valley, you staying locked in the freezer. Miami all the way up to Chicago, Dallas all the way to New York and Boston, the pattern doesn't show a significant warm-up anytime in the next 10 days. Now, is this going to last forever? No. Weather patterns always change eventually. We'll see another flip at some point. But for the next week and a half, winter has a firm grip on the eastern United States. Let me go back to the storm for a minute because I want to talk about something specific. We've been focusing a lot on snow amounts and temperatures, but there's another element to this that could be significant, and that wind. When you get a storm that intensifies this rapidly off the coast, you generate very strong winds. Coastal areas from North Carolina to Maine could see sustained winds of 30 to 40 miles per hour, with gusts over 50 miles per hour. That might not sound like hurricane-force winds, but when you combine 50-mile-per-hour gusts with heavy snow, you get whiteout conditions. You get impossible travel. You get power outages from trees falling on lines. The areas that got hit by the ice storm last week, if they are still doing repairs and restoration, strong winds could knock down more weakened trees and cause additional outages. I am particularly concerned about Cape Cod and the islands. Nantucket, Martha S. Vineyard, you could see wind gusts over 60 miles per hour Sunday into Monday. With heavy snow falling at the same time, that creates a dangerous situation. Coastal flooding could also be an issue during high tide cycles Sunday and Monday. Long Island S. East End, Montauk, East Hampton, you are in a similar situation. Strong northeast winds during high tide could push water into coastal areas. The Outer Banks of North Carolina, if this storm tracks close to you, you're going to see significant beach erosion and coastal flooding. Let me talk about some other cities I haven't mentioned yet. Wilmington, Delaware, you are at 49 degrees now, dropping to 32 Saturday night. You are going to see accumulating snow, probably in that 6 to 10 inch range. Lancaster, Pennsylvania, you are at 50 degrees currently, falling to 31, looking at similar amounts. Binghamton, New York, you are at 43 now, dropping to 26 Saturday night, and you could see 8 to 12 inches of snow. Ithaca, similar forecast. Elmira, same story. In Virginia, I want to mention Lynchburg. You are at 58 degrees now, falling to 29 Sunday morning, and you could be in the heavy snow band if this tracks the right way for you. Danville, Virginia, similar situation. Back to the Carolinas. Asheville, North Carolina, you are at 56 degrees currently, dropping to 24 Sunday morning. You are in the mountains, so you are definitely going to see all snow, probably 6 to 10 inches. Boone, you are even higher in elevation. You could see over a foot. Greenville, South Carolina, we mentioned you earlier in the context of the models, but let me be specific. You at 62 degrees now. You going to fall to 27 by Sunday morning, and some models have you getting over a foot of snow. That would be exceptional for Greenville. Spartanburg, 61 now, 26. Sunday morning, same story as Greenville. Anderson, South Carolina, 62 today, 27 Sunday. You are in play for significant snow as well. Let me jump to some cities in other states I haven't covered thoroughly. Lexington, Kentucky, you are at 52 degrees now, dropping to 14 Monday morning. You might see some light snow from this system, but the cold is really your main story. Knoxville, we talked about you, but let me mention Cookeville, Tennessee. You're at 57 now, falling to 16 Monday morning. Some areas of Tennessee are still in rough shape, and this cold is going to compound the difficulties. In West Virginia, Charleston, you at 53 degrees currently, dropping to 12 Monday morning. You should see some snow from this system, probably 3 to 6 inches. Morgantown, 50 now, 9 Monday morning, similar snow amounts expected. Huntington, West Virginia, 54 degrees now, 13 Monday. Parkersburg, 51 currently, 11 Monday morning. I want to mention a few cities in upstate New York that we didn't cover. Watertown, you are at 40 degrees now, 23 Sunday morning, and you are going to see accumulating snow, probably 6 to 10 inches. Plattsburgh, 38 currently, 20 Sunday, looking at similar amounts. Glens Falls, 41 now, 24 Sunday morning. In New England, let me mention some smaller cities. Rutland, Vermont, you are at 42 degrees now, 24 Sunday morning, expecting 6 to 10 inches of snow. Bennington, similar forecast. New Hampshire, I want to mention Concord, 43 degrees now, 26 Saturday night, looking at 8 to 12 inches. Nashua, 45 now, 27 Saturday night, probably 6 to 10 inches. In Maine, let me mention Lewiston. 41 degrees currently, 27 Saturday night. You are going to see substantial snow, probably 8 to 12 inches. Augusta, 40 now, 26 Saturday night, similar amounts. I also want to mention some cities along the immediate coast that could see mixing issues. Portsmouth, New Hampshire, you are at 44 degrees now, 29 Saturday night. You are going to start as snow, but you might see some mixing to sleet or rain before going back to snow if this low tracks close enough. That would cut down on your accumulation compared to areas further inland. Same thing for Gloucester, Massachusetts. You're at 45 now, 31 Saturday night. You could see mixing that limits your total. New Bedford, Massachusetts, similar situation. Fall River, same thing. These coastal areas always have to watch for that possibility when the low pressure is close. Now, let me talk about the one thing that I keep coming back to when I look at this forecast. The one detail that stands out to me, it's not just the snow, it is not just the cold, it's the combination and the timing. We're going to have a major storm drop, potentially historic snow on parts of the southeast that don't have the infrastructure to handle it. And then before they can even begin to recover, we're going to blast them with the coldest air of the winter. That creates a situation where the snow doesn't melt. It just sits there. Roads that get plowed once don't get plowed again because municipalities don't have the equipment. And then we have below freezing temperatures for days, so nothing thaws. The snowpack stays frozen. Any ice that forms stays frozen. This could impact transportation and daily life for a week or more in some areas. And for the places that are still recovering from the ice storm, this is almost unthinkable. Imagine you've been without power for 6 days already. You already cold, you re-exhausted, you running out of options. And then we drop another 6 or 8 or 10 inches of snow on you, followed by the coldest temperatures of the winter. That S not just inconvenient, that S dangerous, that S a humanitarian crisis in some areas. I mentioned earlier that I want you to leave your city in the comments, and I really do mean that. Tomorrow when the models update, I'm going to go through and try to respond to as many of you as I can with specific forecasts for your areas. The reason I want you to do that now is because this forecast is going to evolve. By tomorrow, we'll have better information. By Thursday, we'll have even better information. And by Friday, we'll know with a lot more confidence exactly who is getting what. But I need you to understand something. Even though this forecast is going to change, that doesn't mean you should ignore it. The signal is strong enough now that you should be making preparations. If you live anywhere from South Carolina to Maine, you should be thinking about what you will do if you get a foot of snow. You should be thinking about what you will do if you lose power in single-digit temperatures. Stock up on supplies now while you can. Get your prescriptions filled. Make sure you have food that doesn't require cooking if your power goes out. Check on your neighbors, especially elderly neighbors who might need help. Charge your devices. Have backup power sources ready. Know where your local warming shelters are. I know some of you are tired of winter. I know some of you are tired of cold. I know Florida viewers are probably thinking this is ridiculous, 38 degrees in Miami. But this is the pattern we in, and it's going to persist for a while longer. Let me address one more aspect of this that I find fascinating from a meteorological standpoint. The phasing of these two pieces of energy, the Clipper and the Gulf Low, this is textbook nor'easter development. The Clipper provides the cold air. The Gulf Low provides the moisture and the energy. When they come together at just the right time and place, you get explosive intensification. The models have been consistent for the past 2 or 3 runs showing this phasing happening. Where they've been inconsistent is the exact location. The GFS has been a bit further offshore. The European has been a bit further offshore. The Canadian has been a bit closer to the coast. The Icon model has been all over the place. What I'm watching for in tomorrow's model runs is convergence. If the models start to come together and agree on a track, that S when our confidence goes up. If they continue to disagree, that S when we know we still have uncertainty. And I'll be honest with you, I expect to see some differences still in tomorrow's runs. We 4 days out at that point. We usually dawn to get great model agreement until we inside 72 hours. But that's why you need to check back tomorrow. That's why this is an evolving story. That's why I can give you a definitive answer right now about exactly how much snow you're going to get. The atmosphere hasn't decided yet. The models are still working it out, and we need to work it out along with them. One more thing I want to mention about the extended pattern. After this cold blast, after this storm, we are looking at the potential for additional systems the following week. The pattern we write in, this trough in the east and ridge in the west, it is favorable for East Coast storms. So even after this one passes, we need to watch for the next one. And the next one, this could be an active February. Now, I know I've thrown a lot of information at you. I know I've mentioned a lot of cities. I know the uncertainty might be frustrating, but I want to end with this. Weather forecasting has come a long way. We can see these storms developing 5 days out. We can give you warning. We can give you time to prepare. That's valuable. Use that time. Don't to wait until Friday night to go to the grocery store. Don't to wait until the snow is already falling to figure out where your snow shovel is. Don't to wait until you've lost power to wonder if you have enough firewood or fuel for your generator. Do those things now, today, Wednesday. Give yourself time. And tomorrow, when the new model data comes in, I'll have updated information for you. I'll have better clarity on the track. I'll have better clarity on the timing. I'll have better clarity on the amounts. That's the value of checking back every day with a forecast like this. The story develops, the picture becomes clearer, and you stay informed. I really do want to see your cities in the comments. It helps me understand where my viewers are, and it helps me make sure I am covering the areas that matter to you. If I missed your city in this video, drop it in the comments and I'll try to include it tomorrow. This is going to be a significant weather event for a lot of people. The snow alone would be notable. The cold alone would be notable. Both together is going to create a situation that we'll be talking about for a while. Stay safe out there. Make your preparations. Don't panic, but don't ignore this either.